Hello everyone, I'm gearing up and heading out of Kuwait City and taking off south. And in this episode, we will be exploring a little bit of Saudi Arabia and head into the United Arab Emirates. Thank you everyone who's been supporting me, really is super helpful. And thanks for the multiple subscribers. You provide things like laundry and meals and hotel stays. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Very creative and wonderful man I know suggested I do this. Have a map with the areas that we'll be covering. Let me know what you think. I think it's a great idea. So as I'm leaving Kuwait City, they were working on this overpass and they had all these police officers stopping traffic, and it made for such great flow. It was awesome. And look how close I am to the Persian Gulf. I'm like right there, right on the water. So cool. Pretty massive power lines providing energy for something. I'm not sure what, but it's pretty impressive. And here I am at the border getting ready to leave Kuwait and head into Saudi Arabia. This is like so mind-boggling to me, to be this like small town kid doing these things. And so anyway, in the Kuwait side, I've come over here to park and they had changed the rules. So I sat in this room for an hour waiting for somebody that I ended up not needing to wait for. But I was got what I needed, even though it took a little bit longer than I expected. And this is a guy in the customs area on the Saudi Arabian side trying to figure out what I'm doing and where I'm going and all that stuff. But the customs officers on the Saudi Arabian side were super cool, so helpful, and I can't say enough good about them. They were really great. So got done and needed some fuel. This guy's giving me the peace signs, hard to see there. And I pull in here and I'm not sure what this guy's job was, but he was nice.
Hi.
Good, hi.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
Okay.
Again, I'm not really sure what that interaction was about, but I got fuel. And then
Saudi Arabia, baby.
I was officially in Saudi Arabia and I was thrilled. So there were some folks staying there, all the hay and stuff, I'm assuming for goats or camels or something. We're going to see some goats and camels later on. There's some camels right there. So cool. I just love this so much. There's more of them. And I don't know if that's alfalfa or what that was. Look how hot it got, 39 there, and it gets hotter. So I pull in here to get something cool to drink and check out this can. I can't believe it. I feel like I'm back in the 70s. Look at that. And lots of cans in this area have those pull tabs. It was like a blast from the past. Anyway, this guy was in that restaurant. He was really nice, wanted to take pictures, and I was totally down with that. So I head to
Damn him.
where I was staying the night, and I was very grateful for a hotel because it was like over 100 degrees and I was cooking. Oh, and they were working on a new stadium across from where I was staying. Look at all those cranes, so cool. That's absolutely for you, Aaron. And the next morning, I found my bike exactly like I left it in that lovely parking garage and kept heading south. And I needed gas again. And so I still haven't really figured it out, but I apparently don't know how to do the money there. And so I thought I had to go pay inside. So I'm sure the attendant was like, "Stupid gringo, you have to pay outside." So I go back outside and that guy was like, "Yeah, stupid gringo, you have to pay me." And then like I couldn't figure out how much I owed him and it was a mess, but he had a smile just like everyone else and fully helped me out, and it was another positive experience. People in this region are crazy nice and accommodating and helpful, and I cannot say enough good about them. They're wonderful, wonderful people. There's another construction project with a million zillion cranes, and that one's for you as well, Aaron. And then some crazy architecture. Look how beautiful that building is. So amazing. And then there's an artist like this who was in Phoenix as well. Cabby saying hi to me, really fun. And then this gets crazy, okay? So I just thought that was cool that it was on the way to Bahrain. But this car, see this Toyota there? They're like waving and trying to get my attention and stuff. And then he rolls the window down and he sticks out a water bottle. He wants to give me a water bottle. I'm like, okay, here we go. We're going like 70 miles an hour down the highway, right? And so I get up here and like, there's the water bottle. And I unbelievably grab it. I can't believe I actually did that second time. Well, once in Iraq and then here again, and give them the huge thumbs up. How fun is that? Don't do that at home. Look at these tanker trucks. Aren't these wild? And then here's a lot of the scenery, that open desert. And it is beautiful. And there was a bunch of trees too. I was very surprised to see as many trees as I did. But more of that open desert country. And then see this in case of fog? Remember that for later. That sign says in case of fog. We're going to see some more of that in a little bit. So yeah, and then some cool mountains that kind of made me think of like the Grand Junction area. These cliffs that are kind of eroding away that around the Grand Mesa and Grand Junction area. I don't know. And then I think this might be a cement plant. I'm not sure, but it's huge, just enormous. The GoPro is really hard to tell. There's some more camels over there. That was a big bunch of them. And then this is the empty quarter. See that sign? Itchy Boots was just there. And I think this might be the freshwater pipeline that goes to the empty quarter. I think that's what that might be, but it was really cool. Some more cliffs and things there. And then I get to the city, get gas again, and had this interaction with these people, and they treated me to lunch. Unbelievable. I mean, we're just chatting, and he was such a nice guy, and he had just gotten back from Mecca, and we were talking about it, and he was still really stoked and excited, and it was so fun to listen to him share his experience with Mecca and his family and stuff, and then after all is said and done, he ended up buying me lunch. There's the sand dunes taking over that abandoned gas station, and now we're up to 42. So it was 38 yesterday, it was 42 today, and all these tractors are like pushing sand off of the highway and to try to keep the highway clear, just like snow in Colorado, right? There's another fog sign. Remember that, keep that in mind. And just think of that sand like snow, and they're just pushing it off of the highway. See, he's got a bucket full there. And yeah, you could go to Qatar if you want. There's a little bit of the Persian Gulf out there. You see it on the horizon. And then there's the border with Qatar. I didn't go there. I kept going further south. And there's a service truck working on those. And then something was on fire here. It seemed like kind of a wildfire, but I don't know what was burning. It wasn't garbage this time, but it was interesting. I'm not sure what that was about. And then, yeah, Abu Dhabi coming up. More snow/sand removal. And there's a Rolls Royce. I mean, there was a lot of amazing cars, but that was pretty cool to see that Rolls Royce. And here was my stop for the night. It wasn't fancy, but it worked. And I had a really good meal. That rice was fantastic. And then I bought this sticker that is Abu Dhabi. It's the symbol for Abu Dhabi. But there was so much dew in the morning. Look at all that water. And then here's that fog that they were talking about. It was like thick. I was impressed. I was like, oh, now I get it. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And then watch the sun kind of peeking out. And then, oh, it's getting a little thinner. And oh, there it's coming. And then finally it broke out and was in the sunshine fully as I got to the Saudi border. That went really smooth getting through the Saudi border. Yeah, no problem at all. And a couple of the stations were closed, so I had to go through. But the United Arab Emirates, UAE, that border was pretty smooth too. Altogether, it took about an hour and a half, which was just phenomenal for me. I was expecting 3 or 4 hours, so I was super stoked. The UAE sites said specifically no photography, so I don't have much photography there. But welcome to the UAE. Here I am. And these two guys from Sri Lanka came over and wanted to have pictures with me and asked me a little bit about the trip and check out the motorcycle. And that was fun. And then I was in the UAE, baby. There's the flag right there. So crazy. I can't believe it. And the speed limit, 160 kilometers, is over 80 miles an hour. Hey, Simon, tell me what that is. I don't know what that is, but it needs a lot of power. Look at all the power lines leading either to it or from it or something. I don't know what that was, but I bet you know, Simon. A little bit of the Persian Gulf there on the horizon. You could see it once in a while. And then I needed fuel, and my GPS totally took me to this military base. And the guy was like, you need to turn off your camera and blah, blah. And so I'm wandering around, and this guy like gets my attention, and he immediately gives me a bottle of water and asks me what I'm doing. I said, I'm looking for fuel. And he's trying to tell me where to find it. And I was really trying to pay attention, and I was repeating back what he was saying to me and like all the things. I felt like I was doing all the things, but I was getting lost, and I thought I had it, and I jumped on my bike and I drove around for like 20 minutes, never found the gas station he was talking about, got back on the freeway and eventually found a gas station, thank goodness. Fueled up, had some water and a little bit of a snack, and hit the road again. Felt so much better after a break. And then as I get into Abu Dhabi, look how green and beautiful this is. And then this really cool bridge. So much fun. I love the architecture. And it, like, I didn't get way into the city, but these, underpasses and stuff like that, it's so cool. I love the attention to detail like this, and just to beautify the city is really awesome. And it was very clean. Really a lovely experience. There's a cool building, and I know there's a lot of other cool skyscrapers and things. I just didn't get to see them, so I don't have any footage of them here. At one point, the motorcycle said it was 113 degrees. It was really hot, and it's really too hot for me. I don't tolerate that heat well. So yeah, I feel like I need to head south and get out of the heat a little bit. And then this is the area where my hotel was for the night and where I'm going to wrap up the video. Little recap of where we were over the last 4 nights. I'm so blessed to be here doing this. Thank you everyone for watching and tagging along, and your comments and suggestions and your thumbs up and all that stuff. I super appreciate it. Here's a parting shot of the Bactrian from my mom, and peace and love to you all.